came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winner's side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do?
Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go! 60 outlaw. X3, 218, chop, snap.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, wahoo!
On third down, Owens will get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Second and 10. Complete. Richardson has it. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough third and 5.
Bravo. Out, 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 out. Check 30. Look at me. Go, go. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, zoom. Fire.
From the gun, Owens. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over, first and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. First down, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down, Murray sets to throw. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Murray. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field after you go make a play on the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long.
Safety's gripping. Hey, one set. Check line 54. Line 54. Check. 52. Check.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to go for a big play into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Down. 18 Gator. No gator on this defense. No gator. Pilot, 64. Weak. Deep grip.
Operating from the gun, Owens. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. And that will be incomplete.
But there is a certainty in this game. We know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there. And, look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete. But they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And he'll give it here to his running back. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
No score after one on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Three down. Eyes on 10. Eyes on 10. Hey, alert 3. Hey, foxtrot. He's checking. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's second and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
On the double. You draw Corkers. You gonna see me.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 22. So it was 3rd and 1. The defense, they stacked the box, and that's the problem. You break through that first level, there's no second level.
And most good running teams work against stacked defenses. They don't care if you have 6 in the box, 7 in the box, 8 in the box. It doesn't matter to them. Block people, give your running back a chance, because it could pay off big as it just did there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Owens. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hey, Delta. Yes, yes. 52 right here. 52. Pick me up. Here we go.
Second and 1. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Check, come on. Patch it. Check. Watch the twist. Hustle.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. This is Butler making the catch. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now on first down. Open man, Butler complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Christian Kirk. A 2-yard gain on the play.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Mike 52. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, let go. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go, defense. Topper, topper. Check safety, check safety. Mike 52. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. He can't hang. Snap.
To throw on 3rd down. Owens. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready, break.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down.
Never mind, 52. Hey, high 7. Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. 3 bucks. Come. 3 bucks.
From the gun, Owens. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready. 8, read. All day, dog. Shoot.
On 1st down, Owens looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Just like that. Check, check. Lucky.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Tight dog.
Yeah.
Check the backer.
Hey. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Hey, Charlie. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. You're trash. Ready to go. Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Owens, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Begin.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They run again with Hunt. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. Buying time to his left. That'll go in the books as a loss of 20, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go. 10 logo. X3. 218. Chopper. Wide. Get wide. Yep. You got to get moving, man. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Owens. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2nd and 9 now. Going for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The point after is good. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
54. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you inside. Hey, watch this, watch this.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Don't get nervous.
From the gun, Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Murray. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Niners 31.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
He's going to air one out, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 63 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Watch the edge. Switch.
Murray now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Check 13.
Come on. Watch twist.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
56. Here we go. Check 99. Check 99. Shoot up.
Now Murray again. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start.
Check your hot read.
Get it. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a handoff looking right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Recon, 152 fighter.
On third down, Owens. David Johnson here on the catch. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? Hey, let's get this,
Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Slam. Yes. I got you. Now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the run, this is Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 48-yard line.
SOS. Check nickel.
From just shy of midfield, Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for San Francisco, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.